welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing great. Today's video, I am finally going to be filming my whole fitness journey explanation, basically telling you guys how I lost weight and all of that. I've been at this now for about 8 months and I'm down 60 pounds. So that is nuts to me. If you guys have been following me since the beginning of my YouTube channel, you would have seen me at my heaviest, and I look back at some of the videos that I did and it's just crazy how much my face has changed, how much weight I've lost. You can just notice it just in my face alone. So I wanted to make this video for those of you who always reach out to me and ask questions, want tips, motivation, all of that. And I'm kind of just gonna go through, I have a whole list here that I want to cover in this video because these types of videos are not very easy to make because everybody's so different. But for those of you who kind of want some help and are always wondering how I lost that weight, because I was, you could tell the big difference from how I looked before versus how I look now. My body is just finally to the place where I'd like it to be. So a few disclaimers before I start this video, because you kind of have to in these types of videos because everybody's just so different. I am not a fitness expert. I am not a nutritionist. I am not a professional bodybuilder. I'm not a professional fitness people. I don't know, I'm not a personal trainer. I am just going to tell you what worked for me and kind of what I did and how it affected me. I'm also not telling you what you need to do. This is not, cut and dry. This is how it's going to work for everybody. Don't compare yourself to others. I'm not saying that my before weight is bad. My before weight might be your goal weight, and that's perfectly fine. When I explain things throughout the video, I want you guys to know this is not the only way to do it. I'm just going to tell you guys what worked for me. And that's another thing, what worked for me might not work for you. So just keep that in mind. These are just some things of advice if you guys want to try them out and see if they work for you. And also, do what makes you happy. Don't let others push you in a way that you don't want to be. If you feel good about your body, no matter how it looks, don't let anybody put you down, or don't let anybody put you down even when you're in the process of losing weight. It's funny how, there's still people that will say oh, you look too skinny, or blah blah blah, or you look too big, no matter what. Don't let anybody push you to do something you don't want to do. If you feel good about yourself, that is the goal. I just want you guys to know that there is so many variations of stuff that you can do. And it really is just trying to pinpoint what works for you that will get you through, your journey of wanting to lose weight. All right, let's get started. Sorry about that long disclaimer. Okay, so the main topic points that I want to talk about is, why I started working out, what's my motivation, all of that. So all throughout high school and middle school, really, I've always had a very athletic body. Most of my life. I was a very active student. I played sports all through since I was in 5th grade. So I played volleyball, basketball all through high school, and I've never even being an active person, I never had a flat stomach. I've always had a little bit of body fat, and that's fine. I always was very, very active in my young years. I basically worked out every day almost for 10 years. So I feel my body, I never ate the healthiest, I'll be honest. I did not eat the healthiest ever. I ate whatever I wanted. To be completely 100%, I ate whatever. And I think just because I was always being active and athletic and stuff, it just went with my body. And like I said, I've never had a super flat stomach. Even in high school, I felt bad about my body just because I saw other girls in high school, how good their bodies look like. And that's just normal things you do as a high schooler. But once I had my first daughter, I lost all the weight that I had gained throughout the pregnancy. I only gained maybe about 15 pounds with her, because now my other pregnancy, my second pregnancy, I have a couple videos on my pregnancy journey with my second daughter, and it was basically the same. Like, I was super sick. I threw up almost every single day, so I didn't really gain weight when I was pregnant. I gained maybe about 15 pounds. Like, I lost weight and then I gained some back. And after I had her, I lost all the weight that I had gained during the pregnancy, but you know, after I had her, I didn't care about my eating habits or really being active. I worked in an office job, so I wasn't really being active at all during my job. I didn't work out. I just was living my life like I was normally, and the biggest difference is that I was living normally, but like versus when I was in high school, I was always active, and this time I wasn't. You know, being a mom, it's super hard to do that. So I kind of like really let myself go, and over the years I gained over 60 pounds throughout like 3 to 4 years. My heaviest I ever was, and I couldn't believe it. Like, I was almost 200 pounds, and that's when I realized, like, holy crap, like, I need to change something. This is not working. So about 3 years ago, before I got pregnant with my second daughter, I got like a SNAP membership, and I was trying to go work out, you know, every day after work. I do, you know, some running, all of that, but I wasn't really seeing much of a difference. I maybe lost about 10 pounds, but then like I gained it back right up because I wasn't keeping up with my good eating habits, and I wasn't doing the correct exercises. So just to give you guys a perspective of how much weight I've lost as of today, which is, what's today? So today's April 18th, 2020. I've lost a total of 60 pounds from the heaviest I was. Now, that's not saying I lost 60 pounds in April. It's been 10 months since I've been on this like fitness journey. I'm not saying I lost 60 pounds in 10 months. I started actively working out and officially taking this seriously in July of 2019. Since then, I've lost, let's see. So since I started logging everything, I've lost a total of 36 pounds. So 36 pounds in about 9 months. And that's very realistic, guys. That's one thing I want to make sure you guys know is I didn't lose 60 pounds like that. It's 60 pounds overall, and I've lost 36 pounds since actively being consistent and working out and eating better. Okay, so I am going to list the things that worked for me and what's really finally made a difference in my life to where I'm continuing to see progress, and I've, you know, began to see results. So a couple of things that have worked for me in regards to my diet. I don't say I'm on a diet because I'm not, but I do count my macros, and if you don't know what macros are, it's your...
Hello everyone, and welcome to Mayra's channel. I'm guest speaker Katie Loba, aka best friend and trainer to her, I guess. I'm here to talk about macros because on Mayra's YouTube, she always mentions how she counts macros and all that kind of stuff too. Now, first things first, what are macros? Well, food contains these macronutrients, which is proteins, fats, and carbs, and they are all really important just to simply be healthy. Now, each of these macros has a different importance. So protein is good for building muscle and all that good stuff, you know, and helps with muscle soreness, and it's really good for you if you really want to build muscle. Then you have fat. Now, fat gives you energy, but it is also really important for other things like hormone balance and transferring stuff within your body and all that kind of stuff too. And then you have carbs, good old carbs, and carbs are your main source of energy. So you want to consume carbs in order to have an awesome workout and to have energy for that workout. Now, it is not like counting calories. Yes, you are still thinking about calories subconsciously, but you're not simply just counting calories because each of these macros has different calories per gram. For instance, fat has 9 calories per gram. However, protein and carbs have 4 calories per gram. So you're still kind of counting calories in that way, but you're really focusing on the nutritious aspect of food, not just counting calories. So if you're just counting calories, you're just fitting in whatever fits in your calorie needs. But if you're focusing on counting macros, it is good for your body because you're taking in quality, nutritious food. Of course, you can still have a cookie, a cupcake here and there. You can always add that to your macros, but you're focusing on the quality of food that is good for your body. You're not just counting food. So a lot of people have been counting macros and have had a lot of success. I mean, look at Mayra, she looks amazing. I've been counting macros for about 2 years. Now, macro percentages are different for everybody. I'm still trying to come up with the perfect macro percentage for me. Sometimes people want 50% of their calories to be carbs. So if you're only eating 1,800 calories, 900 of those calories are going to be carbs. Some people like more fat, some people like more protein. It's just all about how you feel. For me, I can't have a whole bunch of protein because I feel really bloated, and that's usually the first sign that you're having too much of a macronutrient. So I always tend to have more carbs than protein. A lot of it does depend on your goals and stuff too. So if you're having a super hard, heavy workout regimen, you want to have more carbs. So for me, I have a lot of carbs. I do cardio for about 45 minutes to an hour, and then I lift for about an hour too. So I eat a lot of carbs. Now, it is completely up to you on how you feel about tracking macros, but it is a really good resource to use rather than counting calories. Highly recommend it. Do some research. There's tons of stuff online about what kind of macro percentages work for you, but of course it also depends on how active you are, your age, your height, your weight, how many calories you burn naturally, and all that good stuff. Thank you for having me. Follow my Instagram and stay healthy, stay fit, and eat your veggies.
I have a couple of videos on what I eat in a day, my meal prep, and all of that. But counting macros has made the biggest difference. Like, that is the life changer that kind of needed to happen, because I'd work out and then counting my macros and you doing the nutrition plus the actual active work. It finally combined into a great, perfect mix, and it's been working for me. And just like I mentioned, meal prepping has saved my life, guys. Like, even like, I didn't start meal prepping to maybe like 2 months ago. No, I say like about 4 months ago. I started meal prepping officially 4 months ago. And when I was doing my workouts and when I started in July, I still was counting my macros, but I didn't meal prep. So it was very inconsistent. Like, I would be really not hitting my macros, and that's fine. And I was still losing weight, but macro counting has really, really helped me just stay in check and not to overeat like I used to. Because I honestly would just eat whatever and not care. And this is just helping me not so much restrict myself, but just like I said, keep me in check and see like, okay, you know, you don't need any more. And it's honestly the best. Like, I don't ever feel hungry, ever. Like, I feel like I get satisfied just enough. Sometimes I feel like, oh my god, I still have to eat to hit this, you know, protein and stuff. It was crazy. Like, who thought counting macros would be good? Also, when I count my macros, if you guys want to know, I use an app called MyFitnessPal, and it calculates what your macros are. So you just enter what you eat every day into that app, and it'll help calculate it for you, so you don't have to like be writing it down with pen and paper. If you want to know what your macros are, because I didn't calculate my own, I know there's some stuff online, but I don't know if they're super accurate. My friend Katie calculated it for me, so make sure you get the correct macros for your body type and everything. So meal prepping, I do meal prep my breakfast, lunch, and dinners. I used to only do breakfast and lunch, but really doing my dinners have really, you know, made a good impact, and I think that's what's helping me stay losing or maintaining my weight. Also, work out 3 times a week minimum for at least an hour and a half, usually an hour. And I work out, you know, usually Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which is my weekend. If I try to work out through my week, it's really, really hard because, you know, after working an 8-hour shift, then coming home and having to take care of my daughters. It's exhausting. But honestly, with this quarantine right now, I've been able to work out much more. Like this week I worked out 5 days a week because since we can't go to the gyms, you kind of have to just be at home, and I'm at home with my girls and I work out, and it's been awesome. I also drink lots and lots of water. I have here this giant jug of water. It's from Hydro Jug. I've spoken about this before in my meal prep video. My best friend, you know, is an ambassador for them. So if you guys want to check them out, this is like if you drink 2 of these. Look how big this is. It's like the biggest, as big as my head. If you drink 2 of these, it's about a gallon a day. I still struggle with drinking 2 of these, but I try. So I at least try to do 1 because that's a lot of water. It's about 73 ounces. I don't really drink anything else, honestly. Like I drink soda still sometimes, but not very often. I finally was able to beat my soda addiction, which has been amazing. Also, I feel like I need to mention this because I think it did contribute with my weight loss, is that I am breastfeeding. I breastfeed my daughter who's a year old, and I feel like that's helped with my metabolism, so just keep that in mind, that I do breastfeed, so I think that's just kind of helped kickstart the weight loss. So those are like the things that work for me, is counting macros, meal prepping, working out 3 times a week minimum, drinking water. I want to talk about kind of how I work out, because a lot of people ask like, what's your workout routine? What do you do when you work out? All of that. And honestly, I'm so thankful for my best friend, Katie Loba. Her Instagram's here. I mention her all the time because I honestly credit her so much to my weight loss journey, because if it wasn't for her, I would have not known where to begin. And that's why I kind of want to give out my experience, because you know, sometimes you need that person to kind of help give you some advice, and that's what Katie did. You know, she got me into working out with her. We work out together. She'd tell me about meal prepping and counting my macros. So Katie really helped me find a workout routine that works great for me, that has really made a difference in my life and in my body. Because before, when I worked out, I didn't really have a workout routine. I would just take things off of Pinterest and be like, oh, that sounds good, I'll do that. And I would do a lot of cardio because I felt like you had to do cardio in order to lose fat and to lose weight. But for me, I found that that's not the case, and I found a workout routine that, 1, I really, really enjoy, 2, actually makes a difference, and 3, is something that I can stick to and continue to do long term. When I work out, I do what is called supersetting. Katie taught me this, and basically supersetting is a form of strength training, so like weightlifting, in which you move quickly from one exercise to the other without taking a break in between them. So I posted a few workouts on my Instagram. I will leave that here, so if you guys want to check out my Instagram and check out a couple of my workouts. Also, I'm going to link Katie's because all her workouts is what I do, and I follow them like every time I work out. So basically, like, I isolate, you know, 1 or 2 muscles per workout. So I will do shoulders and biceps one, you know, workout day, and then legs and booty, chest and back. Like, you know, I always like to do either 1 or 2 types of muscles that I work out every time I do. And basically you do a set. So like, let's say I'm doing shoulders, you know, I'll do a shoulder exercise, 4 sets of 15, 20, whatever you want to do. And then right after that set, you'll do another exercise. And then right after that, you'll do another exercise. So I usually do like 3 exercises per superset. And in between my supersets, I do what is called biometrics. I think that's how you say it. If I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry. Biometrics, I'm pretty sure. And that's just basically like a high intensity workout you do in between. So like, I'll squat, I'll do jumping jacks, I'll do jump squats, just anything to keep your heart rate up, because that's, you don't want to cool down in between. You kind of want to constantly keep your heart rate up. So that is what I've done, and it seriously works so well for me. Supersetting, and I do maybe cardio like for 5 minutes just to warm up my body, and that's it, guys. I don't really do cardio, and I love that because I hate running and I hate doing any sort of cardio. So the fact that I can weightlift and be losing weight and continuing to like still define my muscles is amazing. It doesn't even feel like you're working out. I mean, it does. Like, it doesn't feel like you're being exhausted like when you do cardio, because if you're running on the treadmill for 30 minutes, you're exhausted. It's not fun. And doing weightlifting and supersetting is just so satisfying, because not only are you getting a good workout in, you can physically see like your muscles growing and toning up, and that's what I love about this. So thank you, Katie, for this advice and for introducing this to me, because if it wasn't for you, I would still don't know where I've been. And I feel like that's like what the past me used to do, is just try to do whatever I thought was going to work, and it never did, so I didn't stay motivated. I'm going to answer some questions that I may have not answered while explaining everything that I did. Some of these were from a long time ago. I was supposed to do this Q&A fitness video like back in December, and I never did. Actually, I lied. I did film it, but I didn't like how it turned out, and then I, forgot to finish it. So, some of the questions that I got. So first is, what are some eating tips? Definitely, like I mentioned earlier, if you can meal prep, really try, because what's great about meal prepping is, it's already made, it's done. You don't have to think about it throughout the week. You cook one day a week, and it takes, a long time sometimes, but that's all you have to do for the whole week. And I literally had the same breakfast for like 4 months straight, and I'm still not tired of it. I love it so much. I will link down my meal prep video down below. I'll also link this Instagram that gives me some ideas that Katie let me know about. One thing about meal prepping too is I do eat the same thing every single day, but I don't get tired of it. With counting macros, it just helps because I can count it just for that one day, and I know what the rest, the week, I don't have to worry about counting it and logging it into my app. So that's one thing that makes it really easy. Like, you don't have to think about it. It's already said and done. Another question, what's your best advice for getting started? And what do you usually eat for a day? Best advice for getting started is do it for you. Really, you gotta like have mental discipline to stick to it and not give up or stop doing it after a little while. Like after you lose, whatever you wanted. Because that's one thing with me. Like my goal weight, I hit like 3 months ago. And I could have been like, okay, I'm done. I hit my goal weight. I'm just gonna, live my life and keep going back to how I was. But no, I just kept with it, and I've actually way below my goal weight now, which is, still really good. I like how my body looks. So that's one thing, like, the best advice for getting started is to really sit down and think to yourself, like, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to stick to, and you're not going to let anything get in the way. Okay, so somebody asked, how long did it take you to lose as much weight as I did? Like I mentioned earlier, it's taken now 10 official months. But it only took me about 3 months or so. Let me check that. It took me about 3 months. So 3 months to be where I wanted to be. And then I just kept, losing and progressing because I kept up with it. So about 3 months to get to what my goal weight is. But now I've done it for about 10 months and I'm still maintaining and losing weight. What or who was your motivation? And honestly, I have maybe 2 main things that were my motivation. One is I do have kids, and 2 girls, and I want them to have a healthy mom, and I want it to be happy and healthy for them, because like I said, not saying that anybody's body is wrong and doesn't look good and you have to have a certain body to be happy, but I want to feel happy within myself, and I want my girls to see that, like, see a mom that is being active. I want them to be athletic, as because I was athletic, no pressure, but I just, they were my motivation. I want to be healthy for them. And then secondly, my motivation is myself. I was in a really bad spot for a little bit where I just was not happy, and I just, would look at myself and be like, damn, Mayra, what the hell did you do? And so once I got in my mind, I was like, okay, you got to change something in your life. I did it, and I'm so happy. Like, it makes me happy. I'm like internally happy and physically happy of how I look. Another thing that keeps me motivated is take progress pictures. Like, it really, really helps just to see physically, like, you don't see it like day to day, like when you just look at yourself in the mirror or looking at your body, but when you take pictures and then compare them to before pictures, like, you see it and you're like, damn, like, there's a muscle, or damn, I lost that weight, or my god, my face looks way different. Like, taking pictures really kind of helps motivate me because I can see like a big difference. So somebody asked, what do you struggle with the most with the weight loss? And I think the thing that I struggle with the most is at the beginning was just having time to go to the gym, because I live in a town where there is no gym and I have to drive like 20 minutes to the gym that I wanted to go to. So that was really hard, especially with having kids. You want to spend as much time with them, but and I'd have to like drive. I'd be gone for like 2-3 hours just to go to the gym, drive there, drive back. Another thing, so I get a lot of people who ask me like, how did you do it? What could I do? Like stuff like that. And a piece of advice that I like to express to you guys is to have a realistic goal. Don't put yourself up for failure, because then you're not going to stick to it. Like, you can't say, I want to lose 50 pounds in 2 months, because that's impossible. At least it's impossible to do it in a healthy way and in a substantial way that you can keep up with. So that's my number one advice, is don't set up unrealistic goals and really give yourself time to do it, because it's gonna take time. It's 10 months in and I'm still not 100% to where I want to be now that I've set up new goals. Even though I hit my goal weight and I'm down from my goal weight, there's still certain areas that I want to work on, and there's new goals that I set up for myself every time I achieve one. So that's one thing too, you know, once you achieve a goal, set up another goal so you can just keep going with this. And I feel like I'm finally at a point in my life where it's sustainable for me. I can do it long term, and it's like part of my everyday routine now. Like, it doesn't even feel like I'm changing anything. Like it's just like a part of me. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I know it's super long, but I wanted to cover a lot of things in this video to really accurately give you guys my experience and what worked for me. I hope you guys have a great day. I don't think I have anything else to say. I don't think I do anyways. Yeah, leave me any comments down below of any videos that you guys have, that you guys would like to see from me, and I will try to do them. It can be any type of video. I'm not going to stick just to beauty. I'm not going to stick just to fitness, but you know, I'm willing to do any type of video because I'm ready to get back into my YouTube game. Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you're a subscriber so you guys can keep up with the videos that I post. Make sure you click on the post notification button on the little bell so you guys don't miss out any uploads that I put up. And comment down anything below if you guys want to see any specific videos from me. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!